Hello friends, today I'm going to discuss with you a problem of Code Chef October long challenge name as replace for x. So what we are given in this problem is we have an array of n integers and we were also given three extra integers named as x, p and k. So an operation is defined in which we can substitute, or I would say replace, the kth smallest element. Basically the kth smallest element is we sort the entire array and we go to the kth element of the array, and we can change to the kth element of the array the element which we want. Okay, and we have to basically do the minimum number of operation. Basically minimum operation is basically to change the kth element of the array so that the pth element of that sorted array would be equal to the desired value, which is equal to x. So we have to print the minimum number of operation, and if we wouldn't able to accomplish our task, we have to output -1. So let's say we have a bunch of integers. I'm directly considering the sorted array because we have to perform our operation on the sorted array. So uh, let's say we have integers like something like this. Okay, so we have three conditions. Either it would be p less than k, p greater than k, or p equal to k. So let's see. At first we will discuss p less than k. Okay, let's see. P is here, which is fourth, and our k is this, which is sixth, and we have some desired value. So first we would discuss the case in which we would not be able to achieve the desired value. So we were given p is less than k. Okay, and let's say our desired value in this particular scenario is and we have a of p. Initially we have a of p is equal to 7, and if our desired value is greater than this, okay, let's say our desired value is 8, so it would not be possible for us uh, to basically perform some operation, and after that we would be able to place 8 here, because let's say we had given we want to basically uh, we want 8 here now. So for this, let's say I had done some operation like I had uh, replaced element this 10 with 8. Then I had done because basically the reason is we would not be able to change the structure from 1 to p by changing the x which is greater than that of a of p. Okay, we would not able to shuffle these elements if we change that particular element with a number greater than p, and if we consider an element lesser than p, then definitely a smaller number, which is definitely either be equal to 7 or a smaller than 7, would gonna come here. So you would also check it out with some other example, that if this condition, which is p is less than k, and if x is greater than a of p, so in this particular scenario our answer would be -1, because it would not be possible for us to come to that state. Okay, so let's say now we have the same example, and what we had to do now, let's say in this now we have x is equal to 2. Basically we want a of p is equal to 2. So it is possible, we can do this. So our k is here, which is sixth. So what we will do, basically we want to push this 2 to here. So at this k, what I'll do, I'll substitute this particular element with minus infinity, or I would say minus 118. I'm thinking right now that I'm gonna do this. So what would happen, all this element would be just go one step upward, because when we short this array again, this minus infinity, which is minus, let's say minus 1 10 to the minus 8, it will definitely gonna come here. Then all the element like 1 2 3 7 8 10, 10 has been replaced, so it would be 12. Okay, so all these elements have been shifted towards right, and this is our required position. Now again at the same instant, I'm gonna substitute this particular value with minus infinity, I would say. So again this particular process happen, and what we would get, minus infinity, minus infinity, 1 2. So at our desired position we would able to get the value that we want. Okay, so we would just need two moves. Okay, so why would we need just two moves? Because let's say we were here, then we have just changed to two elements, so that basically if we come two moves up forward, then we were able to get our 2 here at the place where currently 7 is. So that's why we will need only two moves. Okay, so let's see how we gonna calculate this. Okay, 1 2 3 7 10 12 and 8. Okay, let's take another example so it will be more clear. Let's consider an element which is not currently in the array. Let's say we have to make x is equal to 4. So I'll start with making that particular element minus infinity. So after the first state, our array would be okay. So when the particular element uh, would not be in our array, so my first query would be just to make the element, just to take that element. Then we will sort this array. Then it will definitely gonna come at its desired place. So in this particular case, we just need one move. Okay. Uh, let's take another example in which we will make more clear. Um, let's say 1 5 1 5 8 10 12 and 15, and my p is here and my k, let's say, is this time is here, and we have to make this time kx is equal to 3. So this particular element does not exist in our answer. So what I would do, my first query would be just to replace this kth element with 3. So in the shorted array, the array would look like something this, 10 and 12. Okay, so now we have 3 in our array, and we just want two iteration, because we have discussed that at the kth place we will push to minus infinities, and they will just take this array two moves upward. Okay, two moves forward, then we will able to get our desired result. So how we will basically calculate this? So in the previous example, what we would see, just what we want, we start our iteration from p minus 1, and we will go up till when we encounter an element which is lesser than or equal to that of the desired element. Because whenever we encounter that element, we will need only these numbers of move. So in this particular scenario, what I'll do, my x is equal to 3, I'll start my iteration from here, 1 2, and here I would stop because this particular condition had satisfied, because and here is my answer. In the previous case, basically the reason is, if that element exists, uh, I have shown you that we need that much number of moves to shift it towards right. Okay, we will push minus infinity and it would shift towards that right. So we will just need the number of moves, basically the difference in the coordinate of that two elements. So this is also applicable in the case of when p is greater than k. In if p is greater than, let's say, we will see k something like this. Let's say our k is this and p is this. And what we will do, uh, in this case, uh, if you would say me that you have to change that 10 to 9, it would not be possible. We can make this 10 to 12 to 15. Basically we could make this 10 if our x is greater than 10, it would be possible, but if our x is less than 10, it would not be possible. You can basically check it out with the similar approach which I had discussed earlier. If let's say we want to make x is equal to 8, then if we make changes, it would just change that particular segment of the array. It would not affect this segment, so it would never wanna change this element. Okay, so let's say now we want 17 here. So what I'll do here, I'll just push a positive infinity. So if you're gonna push a positive infinity right here, what would happen when I'm gonna push positive infinity? So my array would look like something this: 14, 18, and a positive infinity. So at this place we will get 14, and again at this positive. Let's say we had to get here 18. Okay, so again I have pushed positive infinity, and what would happen? Uh, 1 to 14, then 18, and then 2 positive infinity, and we were able to get our desired result in 2 moves. So this is the similar which we had discussed earlier. In this time we just had to iterate on the right side of our p, and whenever we get an element which is either equal to or greater than that of the desired x, we would stop, and the difference in the coordinate would be our answer. Okay, so we have discussed two cases in which p is equal to p is less than k and p is greater than k. Now in p is equal to k, basically in p is equal to k, our answer would not be equal to -1 in any circumstances. Let's say our p is also this and our k is also this, and our desired x is equal to let's say 11. So if our desired result is if our desired result is equal to 11, I would just push minus infinity. First I would push 11, and then I would push minus infinity until that 11 arrives here. Similarly, let's say our desired result is equal to 2, then I'd push minus infinity here until that 2 comes here. So in p is equal to k, answer always exists, and we would just use those two for loop that we had discussed earlier, and we would able to get to our result. Okay, so I'll take you through my code. I just taken n and x. N is a number of integers, x is the desired result at that particular pth position that we want. I'm just considering in the zero based indexing, that's why I decreased p and k. I'm shorting the array. If p is equal to q, I have told you that answer always exists. At first discuss p is less than k, we can only decrease the value. Basically, if our x is less than that of the a of p, then only answer exists. And I have started my iteration, and whenever that particular condition that I have discussed is satisfied, I will break, and I have printed that count. And similarly, if p is greater than k, then we can only increase our value at that pth position, and if it doesn't satisfy, we will print -1, and then I'd proceed the same way. And in p is equal to k, I just used both these for loops, whichever work, and we would get our answer. I'll give the link to my source code in the description. You can check it out there.